Hello, this is Ed Close again on Science and Spirituality TV. In this presentation, we will be discussing the electron, principles of relativity, and true units. In the process, we will discover the actual shape of the electron. This is something done before. The electron, the elementary particle with the smallest mass, is the key to understanding true units, and the true unit is the key to understanding the consciousness connection in the TDVP theory of everything. Consider the electron as part of a hydrogen atom, as shown here in this slide. In the electron cloud model, shown here, the electron occupies all of the possible quantum states surrounding the nucleus of the atom until an observation or measurement is made. Another way of thinking about this is the substance of the electron is spread over the entire volume of the electron shell until an actual measurement is made. An important experiment known as the aspect experiment and many subsequent experiments provide overwhelming empirical evidence that the electron, like all quantum phenomena, is non-local until observed and measured. In other words, this means that, as I said, it will be spread until the measurement is made. A free electron stripped from a hydrogen atom or the outer shell of any other atom is an extremely energetic spinning object because its footprint in the 3D domain of observation, that is its volume that it's occupying, has decreased from the size of the electron shell to a very, very tiny volume, nearly zero. Just like what happens when an ice skater, spinning on tiptoe with arms extended, pulls the arms in, the spin is speeded up tremendously. The spinning electron, as its volume shrinks, transfers angular momentum to angular velocity until it is spinning nearly at light speed. Careful calculations show that due to the transfer of angular momentum, the increasing angular velocity of a free electron will quickly exceed the speed of light. This was found by Wolfgang Pauli, a famous mathematical physicist, brilliant man, and he, for that reason, knew that there was something wrong with the theory. It turns out that if the shape of the electron is spherical, it would exceed the speed of light, given the physics of the situation. But calculations show that if the electron has the approximate shape of two opposing normal distribution bell curves, like the one you see here, then the increased angular velocity of the electron remains subliminal, does not exceed the speed of light. The approximate shape of the spinning electron, then, is somewhat like the shape of this top we see spinning in this slide. The two opposing normal distribution bell curve shapes of the electron would look somewhat like this, and there have been multiple validations of the theory of relativity proving that super light speed is impossible in the three-dimensional domain of physical observation. So this light speed limitation of relativity to the free electron's angular velocity also sets a lower limit on the size, that is the volume, that can be occupied by the electron. Since the electron has the smallest mass of any elementary particle, this is the minimum three-dimensional space occupied by a physical object possessing mass. This is therefore the logical standard unit for the measurement of volume. Everything in the universe, from the smallest quark all the way up through the atom and molecules and up to the size of mountains. Everything would be multiples of this smallest unit. And we call this unit the triadic rotational unit of equivalence, or the true unit. That's an acronym we use for short. Now, up quarks and down quarks combine to form protons and neutrons, which together with electrons make up the atoms of the elements of the periodic table. In other words, the world and the universe pretty much as we know it. Now, the up quark has 4 true units of mass. The down quark has 9 true units of mass. This is based on empirical evidence from collider data, particle collider data. So they are composed of this much mass and some other true units, which we will talk about more later on. How do 2 down quarks and 1 up quark combine? They don't just stick together, as the current theory holds, that they are held together by attractions, and somehow 3 of them will stick together, but 2 of them won't. Current paradigm can't explain this. But they don't just stick together, they merge. This is showing it in an imagined, or an imaged, maybe would be a better term, intermediate stage. They merge into one symmetric spinning object. Now, this is very interesting because we can now use the true units and a form of mathematics called Diophantine equations to determine exactly why and how this happens. And in the next time we meet, we will discuss how a famous theorem, Fermat's last theorem, determines why 3 quarks combine, and not 2 or 4, to form protons and neutrons. And so we're really getting into what I think is exciting material. So I hope to see you next time. Thank you for listening.